All right.
And we are live. It's the 111 show, the makeup show, the edit show, whatever you want to call it. I'm Melly, and I got my co host here with me, Chaz.
What's going on?
And I'm sorry, y'all. Episode 4, the audio got messed up, the video got messed up, it didn't record correctly. We trying out different platforms. We are new, so thank you for bearing with us to the supporters right now. I apologize.
But
We
we
trying to
love
do
y'all so much that we back again. Instead of just throwing that one away, we back again for round two.
Yeah, man. Uh, and while y'all here, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Now, we talked draft last episode. We were on day 1. Now it's day 2, and a lot has happened.
Day three.
Day 3, my apologies. Day 3. I'm
We done
tripping.
seen it all now.
I'm tripping. We had a wild first round. We had a Bama quarterback go first overall, the shortest, smallest, whatever you want to call it. He a baller, went first round. And first QB in Bama history to go number 1 overall. And then it was three black quarterbacks. Three black quarterbacks. Because Will Anderson went to
First
the
round.
Texans. Yep, first
Yep.
round.
Yep. It was three.
Yep. So that happened to be CJ Stroud right after Bryce Young. And then my
AR
boy
15. My
AR
guy.
15. Chaz was advocating for him. Now
Yep.
he's gonna be a cult. You made a great point of saying he's going to a good organization. And the Colts are gonna take care of him.
Yeah. You want me to expand on that again?
Go ahead.
So the point I made yesterday was AR-15 went to not a perennial loser, not quite a perennial winner, but a good organization. You know, one that'll take care of them on and off the field. I think they got some talent there with them on the offensive side of the ball. Some solid receivers. We got Michael Pittman over there, Paris Campbell over there, Alec Pierce over there. Most importantly, you got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, and some good O linemen like Quentin Nelson. Everybody knows he's probably top 3 guard in the league right now. So also the point I made yesterday that I like the most is their head coach Shane Steichen. If you have not heard of him, watch the Super Bowl. See what he did for Jalen Hurts. And this was he coached one season with Jalen Hurts, and you see what happened. He had an MVP type season, went to the Super Bowl, put up an MVP type performance, and the key is he's a master of RPO, which is the run pass option that really takes a lot of stress off a young quarterback. So instead of having to read the whole field, you're basically reading one guy, and you also have the option to keep it in run or hand it off to a running back. So, yep, I think Shane Steichen is going to help AR-15 out a lot too.
What I'm picking up from that is he's gonna be comfortable. It sounds like
Yeah,
he'll be comfortable. And if he is who they hired, he'll make sure he's comfortable and as he works on his mechanics, because that's the thing they're harping on. I get it. He was inaccurate, but it's not something you can't fix. But you know what you cannot buy and you cannot work on? Beating out every other quarterback in the history of the combine in measurables, 40
yeah,
time, bench presses, vertical jump. I know they say it's all about what's up top and the mechanics of the quarterback, but we see how the league is right now. If you can't move at quarterback, you're a minority now. The Tom Brady's, the Eli's of the world, the Drew Brees of the world, it seems like it's a thing of the past, and stuff that people would knock quarterbacks for is now something that's at a premium is mobility.
yeah. And I
And
don't want I don't want to blow this out of proportion before you go on. A lot of people just look at AR-15 as a project. Sure, he's a project, but he's not as big of a project as you might think. He's an Elite 11 quarterback. He was well coached. He was well trained. His college coach compared him to, hold on, Cam Newton mixed with Dak Prescott.
Hey,
Now, we didn't see that product pan out on the field, but the fact that he has those type of intangibles and athleticism on top of the intangibles makes me think that he's the right type of guy to succeed, and he's not as big of a project as you might think in the narrative that was pushed out.
yeah, I think if he with his athletic ability, he'll only need to be about around like a 50% to a 60% improvement for him to still be very effective. Because
Yeah.
I see them running the ball a ton, and I feel like it'll be more of a, a a match made in heaven as far as the run game. Because now you're taking Miles off Jonathan Taylor, and then he can lean on Jonathan Taylor to run the ball as well. So I'm seeing the Colts being a very run heavy team, a physical team.
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of less time of possession. Let's keep the ball away. I get it. Their defense has some flashes, but I see that more of a let's run the ball, let's control the game type of ball being played for the Colts. Now we know the other teams they need some work. The Houston Texans, the Panthers, they had a defense in their own right, but I think Bryce Young probably is in the best situation out of those three quarterbacks. Just the way the Panthers, I believe the Panthers overachieved from what everybody projected them to be because that defense balled.
Yep.
Now, moving on from there, let's talk about the quarterback who typically would have went. My boy Will Levis. I'm playing y'all.
Will Levi Garrett.
Yeah, yeah. He was the prototypical 6'5", big arm quarterback that usually would go number one overall in
Hmm.
most drafts. And in the makeup pod, I'm steal what you said. He came out a year too late.
Yeah.
He came out a year too late, and the media and the big sports news pumped him up to be a top 5 pick because that's usually what happens. I get it; they have to go through every single round, but that was a big miss for them. And to me, he wasn't better than any of those quarterbacks we just talked about.
No way.
Hendon Hooker went to the Lions, and now we got DTR on the Browns as of now.
Yep.
I believe that's where he went. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And I believe those guys were better than him,
Agreed.
and they all did not go day one, and they weren't propped up to be day one projects. So, uh,
Yeah. If you
I,
if you look at it, I'd say Will Levis got some bad intel, man, because he should have came out last year. Last year he had a much better season on the field. He had a way better team around him, which helped him out in the SEC. They were a top 4, top 5 team in the SEC. And if you look at the quarterbacks drafted last year, we had Kenny Pickett as the first one off the board, um, followed by Malik Willis, who didn't get drafted till the third round. So Will Levis absolutely would have been the first quarterback taken if he would have came out last year. Um, I guess it kind of shows you that you gotta really capitalize when you hot. It ain't no different in basketball. You see a lot of hoopers come out one and done, two and done, because after you had that good season, you got to go right now. You got to go when it's hot.
yeah, that third year bites a lot of athletes. It's not just quarterbacks. And I
Hmm.
also wanted to say, me personally, I know, yeah, he probably would have been the first quarterback taken by the vast majority of people, but I would have gone Kenny Pickett just because he was so decorated at Pitt and he was at a lesser. Like I always want to lean towards the players who had to do more with less. He had Addison, yeah, but I don't think anybody's really checking for Pitt year to year on a football basis, especially in the ACC where you got a Clemson, you got your Florida States, and yeah, man.
Yep.
But it was funny at first, but then you start as the night go on, you're like, dang, man, he really went all the way out there. They treated him like an OnlyFans chick, man. They sat him on the couch, stood him up, and let him eat finger sandwiches in the lobby, man.
Man,
It wasn't a
flew out
good.
to
It wasn't a
Kansas
good look.
City. Flew out to Kansas City, like I said yesterday. They flew him out there to eat some appetizers, bro, to taste the Kansas City barbecue, and it was a shame
What
because
Kodak said? We got barbecue in there.
we got go ahead, we got some barbecue in there. Go help yourself. It's a shame, man, because he should have got some better intel. We knew. We sat up here and told y'all for multiple pods that he was not a round one prospect, and the NFL also just told y'all, showed y'all, yeah, he's a day two guy. He's a quarterback that can play, right? He has a lot of good things to him. He can play. We'll see if he'll be able to play at this level, be able to hang. But day one, he was never one of them guys.
Yeah,
He was never CJ.
it wasn't a hate on Will Levis day. He just
No,
wasn't better than those guys.
no way.
And then the next thing I wanted to harp on was these Lions. Now, I want to let y'all know I'm a 49ers fan, but being in Michigan, you know, I got a soft spot for the Lions.
Yep.
But man, you trade the number 6 pick to then get Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs, phenomenal player. I'm glad he's in Detroit. You know,
Yep.
with Swift gone, I believe he is a more dynamic version of Swift, or he could turn into that and develop into that. But
No doubt about it.
not at what was it, 12? It was 12.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they grabbed him at 12.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then you let the Eagles swoop in and get Jalen Carter when you could have got him at 6. Shirt up your D line. Let your linebackers play a little bit more free because you got a lot of potential in a Rodriguez, who was a gem last year in the draft.
Yep.
And if you've played defense, you know your linebackers don't like to get touched by tackles, guards, etc., centers.
Nope.
So you need a Jalen Carter to put the pause on them boys before they get to them and
To
let
keep them
them run
clean.
free. Keep
Keep
the
them
backers
clean.
free. They athletes. The way the NFL is moving, backers are getting smaller. They're not getting bigger. So you need a Jalen Carter to hem up these guards, tackles, centers, etc. And then you also free up Hutchinson in Houston, who had good, amazing rookie years. We got a defensive rookie. Like, come on, man. How do
Yeah.
you fumble that?
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. It's the fit thing for me, man. Like, yes, Jahmyr Gibbs is a good player, but look at your team. What do you need? Where did you struggle at last year? Why are you picking so high anyway? Right?
Stopping the
It's be,
ball.
it's because you got gashed specifically by the Carolina Panthers in what was that, week 16?
Yeah, but we could just get to week 1. You could just go to week 1 and see that was the start of the Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts QB
MVP
sneak.
campaign. Yeah. Oh yeah. The
Yeah, the
QB sneak
QB
was born
sneak.
in Detroit.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where it was birthed. They was like, oh, we could do this anytime we want to. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, and they ran that thing all the way to the Super Bowl. So the point is, like, you got to look at what you got in the building, and you got to be able to fill your holes when you're in a draft like this. And you got a perennial. You know, he looks like he'll be an All-Pro defensive tackle. You can't pass up on that opportunity. You got to go get him. You got to go get him.
And he's a winner. I'm big.
Mhm.
I'm big on winners and bringing winners into the locker room. I get it. He was involved in some foolishness, but at the end of the day, he's a winner. He's been on 2 national championship rosters, you know, and then you let him go with his boys to the Philadelphia Bulldogs now because they went ahead and just grabbed the rest of who was available. Oh, who came out this year? You grab my boy, grab Ringo. What's
How
the
about
linebacker
Philly?
name? What's the boy name?
No, Nolan Smith.
Yeah, let's grab Nolan Smith real quick. Grab your boy. Let's, you know, that chemistry plus 100.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Lions, get it together.
get it
But
together.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys grabbed the Grand Rapids boy, Mozzie Smith, a East Kentwood
Yes,
Falcon, a
sir.
Siemens Center Wildcat, a
Yep.
Michigan Wolverine. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
Jerry, my
All
boy.
right. Can I rap about my boy Mozzie? Just like I said, you have to find your holes, right? if there was a hole in this phenomenal Dallas defense that we had last year, it was interior D line, and Mozzie is going to be a beast. He is going to plug up that inside, just like I don't want to step out too far, right? I don't want to compare him to too many Hall of Famers, but I actually did have an issue with this Mozzie pick, bro. So I talked about it yesterday, and I said we got to go get our guys. We let the Bills jump in front of us and go get Dalton Kincaid, who was supposed to be our first round draft pick.
Dalton was my favorite non-defensive player.
We asked who's your favorite player in the draft. Melvin said Kincaid. A day later, we got the chance to get him, and we let the Bills trade up right in front of us and snatch him.
Now he's gonna be catching balls from your boy Josh Allen. Pause.
Yo, this is Dallas. We sell tickets down here, man. We are supposed to be putting on a show. That's what we do in Dallas. The defense is gonna be all right. Go get a playmaker. Go get a playmaker. So we missed out on Kincaid. Boo hoo. Oh well. We still got some guys in the building. And I'm happy to see Mozzie, man. Michigan tied in with Dallas, bro. And it got even better, Melly. Did you hear? We also grabbed Luke Schoonmaker.
I saw.
If y'all don't know, Luke is a 6'7" tight end who moves so smooth. He's like a Escalade, bro. Just big, powerful, and smooth, bro. So that kind of made up for the Kincaid lapse. But yeah, my boy Luke is in town. We about to get off.
Hey, but I want to talk about my Niners now. I'll
What
talk
y'all
about
doing,
my
man?
Niners. In the third round,
Y'all was
we
quiet.
grabbed us a Michigan man. Jake Moody.
What? Not the
Jake
national kicker of
Moody.
the year.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And then we shored up that DB room like how I was asking
Yep.
before. I was like, and then they grabbed the boy out of Penn State, Jair Brown. You know, Big Ten
Yep.
guys, Big Ten guys, man. And then what we do after that? We grabbed us an SEC guy,
Tight end.
Cameron Latu
Yep.
from Bama. So this gonna take a little bit of that load off of my boy Kittle.
Y'all also got one more Michigan guy. You know we here for it. My boy Ronnie Bell. Ring the bell. He you guys are gonna love this player. I don't know how much he's gonna play for y'all early, but he's gonna be the hardest worker in that receiving room, and he's gonna be the smartest player in that receiving room.
Hey, he can get on
And
the field.
he gonna give it. He gonna give it his all, bro. So that's a good snack for y'all for
One
sure.
thing Shanahan will do is get you on that field. I seen Ray
Mhm.
McLeod out there get on there and get on that field and do some work.
Right.
When he was after Ayuk and Debo Samuel, and
Yeah.
we've been hit by the injury bug. You seen what happened in the Eagles game where it's down to running Christian McCaffrey at QB. Depressing.
Yeah.
After all of that work we put in, but man, we grabbed a Georgia Bulldog at D line, Robert Bill Jr. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong with a Georgia guy. Can't go
Yep.
wrong with a Georgia guy. We grabbed a TCU guy, D Winters. He was a thumper for them. Grabbed Ronnie Bell. Then we also hold on. No, I don't know about this OU guy. Never mind. I thought it was somebody else. But I wanted to grab Rajon Wright. I wanted to
Yeah.
grab another. I wanted to grab
Corner.
another DB.
Yep.
He's like 6, stupid tall. Like he built like the Seattle guy. His name is Tariq Woolen. He built like
Yeah.
Tariq Woolen. I would have liked to see him as a Niner, but they ended up grabbing another. I know they had some injury issues at linebacker too, so I'm not mad at it.
Yep.
I'm gonna trust the process because we've been great on defense for years.
Yep. And also, yesterday I said, Detroit, I'm giving y'all a D or a C minus for y'all first round grade, but y'all got a big day two ahead of y'all. So capitalize on it and make some shake. And the Lions did just that, grabbing Hendon Hooker.
I love the
Let's
pick. I love the
go.
pick. I love the pick.
Let's go. Hendon Hooker in the D. He's an athletic, smart, well trained, good sized quarterback who is he's gonna be able to take over for Goff as soon as he's healthy. He'll be able to take over for Goff within a year or two. He'll be a
Man,
plug and play guy. Hey, great fit for Detroit. He's swaggy. He's confident, and he got all the tools to make it happen.
Chaz, I said this on the pre-podcast too. My theory about Jared Goff, he's gonna play well again. Jared Goff is gonna
Yeah.
have another good year, like he had. He was very good last year. And my theory was, all right, Jared Goff, get him on the way out. Let another team pay for that contract. Don't re-up on him. And
Yep.
it seems like the Lions, we and the Lions is on the same page, or they listen to the
Yeah.
pod. You know what I'm saying? 1ELEVEN show.
Hmm.
And it looked like they're gonna get him up out of here. Hendon Hooker is gonna step into that spot. We asked for it. Also, get a dynamic player.
Yeah.
Get a dynamic player. Before Hendon Hooker went down with that knee injury, freak accident, he was up for the Heisman.
Yep.
He was
Leader.
in. He was in. Yeah. So that's the type of quarterback Detroit has been waiting for,
Yep.
and now they're getting with the times with the QBs in the way, big arm mobile. Big arm
Yep.
mobile. So thank you, Detroit.
Yeah. I hollered at Brad Holmes on Thursday night. The GM of the no, I'm just joking. But honestly, I was like, man, Detroit, y'all got to go get Hooker because he's gonna fit so well in Detroit. And I wouldn't mind if they would have grabbed Dorian Thompson Robinson either.
I wouldn't have
They could
minded
have
at
got
all.
DTR, but it was a bit early, and Hendon is a bit more polished than DTR. Um, I think he'll be able to play sooner than DTR. So yeah, Lions made up for it. They also grabbed Brian Branch, the safety from Bama.
Yeah, I like that pick too.
Now this is not your typical safety. He's a versatile guy. Like he's the type of guy that you can move around anywhere. He can play strong. He can play in the box. He can play free if he has to. He's a
He's
good
like a
tackler.
CJ Gardner Johnson type.
Yeah, and it's like probably with a little bit less of covering ability is CJ
Yeah.
Gardner,
Yeah,
but
he do be locking up.
yeah, he's gonna be a good a toolsy player to use. Like I don't know, like he'll be a good fit for that Detroit defense. Like that's what they need. They need people who can get people on the ground. They need tacklers. So yeah, I'm with it.
I'm with it, man. Speaking of my Niners, we did end up grabbing a DB, Jalen Graham.
Yep.
Oh
Y'all
no, wait,
lost a lot of
he's
DBs.
a linebacker. I did see
Shoot,
a DP though.
y'all lost one to Detroit while
Oh,
we're here.
Darrell Lutter from South Alabama. Did not watch any South Alabama football, so I have to look into that.
Yeah, me neither.
Didn't watch any of that. I can't even. I'm not even gonna cap to y'all. Not even gonna cap to y'all. But we did. Yeah, yeah. But man, what else we got up on the board? Oh, I also wanted to touch on this. I'm gonna switch sports completely because I got cut off, and it was some real good talk about failure.
Oh,
The Milwaukee
yeah.
Bucks and the Miami Heat. And I said it's two types of athlete. You got your Jimmy Butlers of the world, and you got your Giannis's of the world. Nothing wrong with them. Both phenomenal players. But
Yep.
Giannis was coping when he said the season wasn't a failure because we lost in the first round. It absolutely was a failure. You were a number one seed. If the Heat go out in the next round, they had a successful season. You know why? Because they were a play-in team that beat a
Hmm.
number one seed. So their season was, that's when you could say you took a step towards success because they did more with less. You had everything. And this is not to harp on them. Giannis missed games, but you gotta eat the L, man. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta eat the L. I get it. And I was saying he doesn't get as much scrutiny because he's seen as a media darling. I don't know if it's the accent or what. I don't know if it's because he's a small market guy. He's loyal to the Bucks. I don't know
But
if it's because he's loyal to the Bucks or what, man. Like, or it's the way he perceives. I'm getting the double standard type of feeling from this because if this would have been a Kobe, a Jordan, a LeBron, a Steph, a Kawhi, how they're doing Kawhi right now,
yeah.
or a KD, or the list goes
Oh
on.
yeah.
Chris Paul,
Mm.
Major scrutiny. But go ahead.
I wish Brown would say this season was not a failure after a first round loss as a 1 seed, 2-8.
They would have packed LeBron up if
Bro,
he said
what?
something like that.
It would have been over for him. And I said, I don't know if this is a cultural difference from for Giannis because of where he's from, but he made the point that there are no failures in sports. False. And he said that we're working towards a goal. We're still working towards a goal. So we have not failed. We just have not reached that mark. Giannis, y'all lost in game 7 to the team that went on to the finals last year. The year before y'all won the finals. Y'all expectation is to win the finals. That's your only goal for this season. If you get bounced in the first round by an 8 seed, I don't care. Actually, say they're a 2 or a 3 and they get bounced by a 5 by a 6 seed or a 7 seed. It don't matter. It's still a failure, bruh. It's a failure
It's a
because
failure.
you did not win the championship, which is the expectation that we have for a player of your caliber. You're too good for that, bro. You're way too good for that. And your team is too good for that. So I'm not gonna let you hide and, and run and try to say it's not a failure because we're still working towards a goal. No, the
No,
goal is over. You
no,
got to come back next year. It's over
no.
now.
You absolutely failed, and you have to learn from failures.
And
He was trying
failure,
to he was trying
yeah,
to connect those dots, but
yep,
it was coping. That's what I got from that. He was coping. Giannis is still a phenomenal player, but
yeah.
I believe the vast majority of sports fans need to hold Giannis accountable into the same light as we do all superstars.
And I know he's
And
a positive guy, right? So he probably looked at failure as such a negative term, but failure is part of growing, dude. It's part of becoming better. It's something that you can learn from. It's something you can build on. It's not the end of the world to fail. You failed, but what do you do after failing? You know,
what do you
that's
do
what we're
after
gonna.
failing?
Yeah, that's what we really want to see. It's
Yeah.
okay to say that you failed because you did. Now accept it and
Let's
move
talk
on.
about another failure though. The Memphis Grizzlies. The I'm fine in the West. That he's old. He gave me 40. Well, he eliminated you. He eliminated you with a 40-point victory to close you out, send you back to the East Coast. You know, send
Yeah,
you back to Cancun.
yeah.
Cabo on me, Cabo on 3.
Stop talking so much.
You know, and this is this is the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Extremely talented. They got bit by the injury bug, but they gotta grow up.
Yep.
They do a lot of front running stuff, and then when they lose, it's a lot of it's almost comes off as petty the way they
Hmm.
react to when they lose, and it's like
Immature.
they're sore losers.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, now it's a leadership thing because who's holding who accountable. I'm looking at the bench and I'm like, man, well, who's upset? Who's mad that we let a season result in a failure?
Yeah.
I get it, man.
Hmm.
But y'all can't be talking like nobody would have cared if y'all didn't make the remarks y'all did. I'm fine in the West. Roy Hachimura he'll never have a game like this. It's probably his best game. Well, when is any other time to have your best game than in the playoff series?
Right.
So I don't want to hear it like I'm
Dude,
befuddled by these
this,
Grizzlies.
this my problem with Memphis is this ain't the first time it's happened. This ain't the first year. They talk crazy all year. They have for the last 3 years. And last year they were a 2 seed or whatever. So they thought they arrived. And they fail to realize playoff basketball is different.
They was talking dynasty to Draymond.
It's not the same. How you gonna talk dynasty to Draymond, bro? Come on now. You got to realize who you are, right? Y'all are an up and coming team with a lot of young, fun stars who can definitely fill out an arena. Like Ja is appointment seating. I can't wait to watch Ja play live. But to to be so brash and so confident to the point where it's arrogant, and y'all ain't did nothing. Y'all have
That's a
not did nothing
yeah.
yet.
Let this be another learning lesson
Hmm.
with them, but I don't know if they gonna learn their lesson, bro.
Hey, did you
But
see what LeBron said?
no, I didn't.
LeBron on Insta, he's like, If you see me in the
Oh,
woods
I did see it. I
and I'm
did see
fighting
it.
a grizzly
I thought you was
bear,
talking about the post.
help the bear.
Help the
Y'all talking
bear.
crazy.
Help the
How dare y'all
bear.
poke the king, man? Leave the king out of this. He
Now
didn't need
that's
no extra
now that's
motivation.
checkmate.
Check
That's
mate.
checkmate. Yeah, man. Now
Yep.
we got a game 7 situation, and we did talk about this, I believe, on the first couple episodes. I said if the Kings and the Warriors go 7 games, I'm picking the Warriors.
Yep.
And I'm still gonna ride with the Warriors.
Hmm.
But man, they in for a game, dog, because
They are.
it seems like De'Aaron Fox is a blur. Like I'm seeing Andrew Wiggins at a full sprint, pumping his arms, knees up, and De'Aaron Fox is just cruising to a
True.
layup, a left-handed layup. Like it looked like he's barely even trying. And Malik Monk, I made a video about this too, giving me J.R. Smith vibes. He has never seen a shot he didn't like,
Any.
and he's gonna put that shot up, and he don't care how many times, if he make it or miss it. He got a
Yep.
short memory, and them is the worst kind of players to be up against in an elimination game. And if they making it, they hot and they not missing.
And they letting you know about it too while they doing it.
And we got Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray came on crazy
Yep.
the past couple of games. Like he's shooting the ball crazy, dog. And then
Hmm.
you throw Trey Lyles in the mix. You throw, man. I'm
HB. Harrison
Harrison
Barnes.
Barnes. I'm still rolling with the Warriors because they was my original pick. I'm not gonna switch up. But the
Yep.
Kings is trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Win or lose.
And in that preview series, go back and check it out if you haven't seen it. Um, we had some crazy predictions in there. If you look back at it, some we hit right on the head. Others got Jimmy Butlered. But we both said if it goes 7, we got the Warriors. But I predicted the Kings to win the series, and I thought they would get it done in 6. And here's the issue: Golden State just has so much experience being in this situation. They've been here so many times. They've had game 7s with Houston in the past when Harden was there. They had game 7s with Bron in Cleveland, and they're going to know exactly how to approach this game. And that's why I feel like the Kings were supposed to get them done. I think it was game 5 that they folded down the stretch and could have won that game. I think it's going to come back to bite them. I just can't pick the Kings. I can't. Everything I know as a basketball watcher, I just can't go against it. I can't do it.
Everything is pointing Kings, but I can't pick against them. I don't know if it's because I've been seeing them play so long, but
Yeah.
I can't pick against them, man. But
Yeah.
those is our topics. Before we get out of here, we got the Nuggets. We got the Nuggets and the Suns. Give me a pick.
All right. We got let's say this real quick. Winner out of Golden State Sacramento is playing LA, by the way. So the Lakers are waiting to see who they got. A Lakers Golden State series would be incredible.
That's
Brown
classic.
versus Steph. Volume 4 or 5. Yeah, it would be incredible to see. But Denver, Phoenix, we got Boston, Philly, and we got Miami, New York. Denver, Phoenix is live now. I'm kind of torn, right? I said in previous pods that I can't wait to fade the Suns when they play a good team because I feel like they're just incomplete and they lack depth and they got to run their old starters into the ground. I mean, CP and KD into the ground to get wins. So
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point, it's going to catch up to them. Um, I don't believe in Denver enough. Give me Phoenix, bro. Give me Phoenix in 7.
Phoenix and 7. That's the whole series. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I feel like the Nuggets can throw bodies at the Suns, different looks at them. So I think this is the year the Nuggets get over the hump.
Wow. Okay.
I think this is the year the Nuggets get over the hump, and yeah, I think they're gonna push it to 7, and then we see not only Joker, but Jamal Murray is going to be the difference maker in this series.
Yep.
And I don't think the Suns have anybody for him.
They do not.
So, with that being said,
Hold on. All right, give it to me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am picking the Nuggets in 7
Heyo. We got a battle. If this game goes 7 and we both pick opposite teams, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna
because
be nuts.
it's only because I think this is my weird conspiracy theory type thinking line of thinking. Jokic is he can be an MVP like winner again, but I don't think he gets it this year. Joel gets it,
Yep.
and it's gonna be the year he doesn't get it when he should have. He could have possibly. I don't want to say should have. He possibly could have gotten it,
Yep.
and he finally gets over the hump and gets to a conference final.
Yeah. See, I also want to add a caveat into my prediction, which sounds crazy once you hear it, but I'm going Phoenix in 7, or it's gonna be a Denver figures them out early and realizes what they got to do, and they win in 5. They win in 4 or 5. Like either they're gonna sweep these boys, gentlemen sweep them, or they're gonna lose in 7. Because I'm not betting against KD in the game 7. So, yep.
I might because I've seen him lose in the first round to the Celtics. I know it's not the same team, but
Didn't they
I
get
just think
swept that series though?
they got swept.
Yeah,
They got
that's what I'm
swept. Not even
saying.
a gentleman sweep. They got swept. So
Yeah.
I think they got the Nuggets could throw KCP out at
Who?
KD and
Who?
Kentavious, bro. You could throw a
You
Michael
gonna throw
Porter
him at
Jr.
KD?
You could throw a Michael Porter Jr. I'm saying different
Okay,
looks.
yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. You could throw Aaron Gordon at a more physical
Yep.
players.
Those are good body. Pause.
Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. I get it. They not Kawhi Leonard. Don't get me wrong. Ain't no Tony Allen's. It's not Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But different people, and this is where I think the depth comes into play here. They get these boys out the way.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
They get these boys out the way.
Do
But
we want to talk
I do
Philly?
like you.
Do you want to talk Philly Boston tomorrow?
We could pick it right now. I mean, we can pick it right now before we get out of here.
Hold on. All right. Philly Boston. This is a series we've been waiting on all year. These two teams seems like they were on a collision course to see each other.
Yep.
Man, I really want Philly to succeed. I want Philly to be good, but I just don't think they got it in them. I think Boston's too much. They got too much length on the perimeter. Their guards are deep. They're battle tested. They've been through these runs. They're coming off a finals run. I'm gonna say Boston in 6.
Boston got that weird ability to close out a game. I was watching the elimination game with the Hawks, and the Hawks were just hanging on, and then for some reason the Celtics just cut it on. But here's my thing with the Celtics: it seemed like they know how good they are, and the Lakers kind of do this a little bit. They do it worse than the Celtics do, but they let teams think they can play with them.
Yeah.
I think the 76ers got the better player in the series, Joel, but they get very physical with him. So, with that being said, barring Joel stays healthy, I'm going to pick the 76ers to get these boys out of here.
Wow. That's crazy.
And Tyrese Maxey is the X factor.
Now you do know Joel is questionable for game 1, right? He may.
Hold on.
I think he might be doubtful. Actually, game 1 is Sunday tomorrow.
See, Chaz.
I gotta drop the facts.
I wanted to pick the 76ers, dog.
Because when the Sixers back against the wall and they got pressure on them, that's when I feel like they're more likely to fold. So I'm just letting you know they might be down 1-0 off rip if Embiid does not play.
That's not a good team. Not everything I said was just bull. That's a totally different team against the Celtics.
Yeah, it is.
Dog, and I seen the Celtics, dog. You know what? Let's go with the C's, man. They're going back to the conference final.
Big
Celtics.
C's.
Celtics.
What you got the Celtics in? What? How many games?
If Joel misses the first game, 6.
Okay, yep. So we're in agreement there.
No questions asked. But
Now
without further ado,
the
what you
last
say?
series, probably my favorite, the most unlikely series that we would see, Miami at New York. New York has home court advantage. We see them; they just steamrolled the Cavs 5-1 or 4-1, sorry, in five. Um, Miami just came off the upset of their life. Watch out for a team that completely over achieves. And in this case, we got two of them. I like to fade a team that overachieved in the previous round. Um,
Yeah.
but just looking at this matchup, bro,
But
it's
did you know
two.
Julius Randle rolled his ankle?
Yeah, I honestly don't mind. Not early. I think he'll be all right. But we got two gritty, physical, old school East style teams that's
Mm,
about to battle it out. The Garden
mm.
is going to be rocking. American Airlines in Miami is going to be rocking. It's going to be an incredible series. Um, but my heart tells me we got New York coming out on top. Let's just call it 7 because it's fun. New York and 7.
For fine. Off the strength of Jimmy Butler and out of the respect for Jimmy Butler, because we disrespected him in the first couple episodes,
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler is going to go 7. But it is going to go in the Knicks' favor. And here's
Yep.
why. The Knicks are playing an extremely physical brand of basketball. And outside of Jimmy Butler, I don't think they're up for it. Not saying that the Miami Heat are soft, but I believe they're going to get in some foul trouble.
Hmm.
And it kind of seemed like the Bucks losing Giannis, they was playing on their heels a little bit. But in this case, I don't think the Knicks mind getting as physical as the Heat get, and you can
Hmm.
get a Bam in foul trouble. You got to put Duncan Robinson out there. They lost Victor Oladipo. They lost Tyler Hero. So I believe the Knicks get the Heat in foul trouble, and that's going to play a major factor in this. On top of that, Jalen Brunson is playing out of his mind this year,
Yes, he is.
and he's going to be the X factor in this because I don't know who's going to guard him. Are they going to put Jimmy Butler on him? I
If
don't
they do,
know.
who guard RJ? You know what I mean? So it's gonna create a mismatch for sure. Jalen Brunson is gonna eat, and please, Bam, put on your big boy pants because Mitchell Robinson not here to play.
Mitchell
He not
Robinson
gonna
is
play around with you, man.
he on them boards.
He on that glass and he swat. Hey, just come to play. I'm just saying.
Not
Fair warning to
questioning
you.
not questioning Miami's Heat's the physicality, their heart or anything,
Yep.
but this is going to be an issue when you have injured players. You got to play Jimmy Butler almost the whole game. You got to, you don't you're running your offense through Jimmy Butler basically now.
Yeah.
And yeah, unless we get some crazy shooting games out of the Heat, I don't see them coming out of this series.
One more thing to add to that is Mike Budenholzer, the coach of the Bucks. He just put together a terrible series coaching wise. It was awful. He did not adjust to the way Jimmy was coming off the ball. He was coming off screens high and low, and he just allowed Jimmy to do that. And it's harder to double team a player like that. But X factor of the series right here. Jimmy Butler is Tom Thibodeau's guy. Tom Thibodeau drafted him in Chicago. He brought him with him to Minnesota. He knows Jimmy. And Thibodeau is a way better coach than Budenholzer. So that's another reason why I give New York the edge.
Okay. The picks are in, guys. If we
You're
wrong or if we right, we gonna discuss it.
Yep.
But I love y'all. Rock with this episode. I'm gonna get it out as soon as possible. Thank y'all for everybody who subscribed. We almost at 60. We almost at like 100 something hours of watch time on our videos right now. So appreciate everybody for listening, watching, subscribing. Continue to like this video. It's free. Comment, leave your thoughts, your favorite part of the pod, your favorite team. Y'all think we crazy. Y'all don't like our takes. Y'all love our takes. let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been the 111 show. I love y'all. And we finna get up out of here.
It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you. Thank you.